It's easy to feel a bit overwhelmed when every headline seems to warn us about the dangers of high blood pressure. If you're over 65, you might be tired of trying different diets or bland meal plans that don't seem to make a difference. But here's a comforting truth. Small shifts in your morning routine can offer a surprising level of support for healthy blood pressure management. Each day, your first meal can be an opportunity to nourish your body in a way that helps stabilize your energy, lift your mood, and set a positive tone for the rest of your day. It's a powerful chance to make beneficial changes that add up over time, especially when you consider the cumulative impact of healthy habits as the years go by. Many seniors notice that controlling blood pressure becomes increasingly important for maintaining energy, mobility, and heart health. High blood pressure can interfere with the activities you love. Maybe it's gardening, dancing, or simply having the stamina to walk around your neighborhood. It can also add stress when you're constantly concerned about your readings or facing changes to your medication schedule. By focusing on a few strategic tweaks to your breakfast, you not only take a proactive role in your well-being, but also help prevent the consequences of unchecked blood pressure from piling up. This is where yogurt-based breakfast can make a significant difference. Yogurt, especially the varieties with lower sugar and higher protein, provides a calcium and potassium-rich foundation. These nutrients are particularly relevant for blood pressure regulation, and integrating them into a tasty morning meal sets you up for success. If you're a fan of creamy textures and vibrant flavors, these 4 yogurt-centric breakfast ideas might be the perfect addition to your routine. They're adaptable to different taste preferences, and each offers a unique combination of whole foods known to support healthy blood pressure after 65. Before we dive in, it's worth noting that none of this is a substitute for professional medical guidance. Think of this more as a friendly sharing of practical know-how, information you can use as a starting point in your journey toward better blood pressure management. As a professional who has spent years exploring food and lifestyle solutions for seniors, I've seen firsthand how these small morning tweaks can create a ripple effect throughout the day, boosting energy, improving confidence, and helping maintain a sense of independence. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover 4 different yogurt-based breakfasts. Along the way, we'll dispel a few myths about what you shouldn't eat as you age, highlight easy strategies for bringing more heart-friendly nutrients to your plate, and share relatable stories of older adults who've benefited from these simple shifts. You might be surprised at how deliciously simple eating for blood pressure balance can be. If you're ready to feel more in control of your mornings and ultimately your overall well-being, then let's begin. And as you listen, consider which of these ideas resonates with you most. Your feedback and experiences could inspire someone else looking to improve their morning routine. Now let's explore how yogurt can become the hero of your breakfast table, armed with fresh ingredients that not only taste great, but also lend a helping hand in maintaining steadier blood pressure levels. Let's start with something that challenges a common assumption many people have about flavor and health. Often we think that healthy breakfasts have to be bland or joyless. In reality, they can be vibrantly delicious. One misconception I've heard from seniors is the idea that yogurt is too high in sugar or that all those fruit yogurts on the shelf are loaded with additives. While it's true that some packaged yogurts are packed with hidden sugars, not all yogurts are created equal. When you opt for a quality, low-fat, or Greek yogurt, ideally plain, you're starting with a nutritious canvas to which you can add flavor on your own terms, ensuring you stay in control of sugar and salt intake. Consider Dan, who's 72. For years, he avoided yogurt because he assumed it would be overly sweet or just not filling enough. High blood pressure ran in his family, and his doctor recommended a medication that Dan was reluctant to rely on exclusively. Although he took his doctor's advice, he also sought dietary changes that felt realistic. When Dan tried a yogurt-based fruit parfait, he was surprised by how satisfying it was. But he didn't just grab a typical fruit mix from the store. Instead, he created a layered parfait with plain Greek yogurt, fresh berries, and a sprinkle of nuts. The result was a creamy, crunchy, and naturally sweet breakfast that left him feeling energized instead of weighed down. He found that adding berries, like blueberries and strawberries, provided a burst of antioxidants, which can be helpful for heart health. The nuts offered healthy fats, protein, and magnesium, all of which can contribute to lower blood pressure over time. Why does this matter specifically for seniors? As we age, our body's nutritional needs shift. While calorie requirements might decrease slightly, the need for essential nutrients like potassium, calcium, and magnesium can stay the same, or even increase. Yogurt is an excellent source of calcium, vital for healthy bones and cardiovascular function. Pairing it with berries and nuts enriches your breakfast with vitamins, antioxidants, fiber, and healthy fats. Taken together, these nutrients can help support vascular health, which in turn helps keep your blood pressure within a healthier range. To make a simple fruit and yogurt parfait at home, start by choosing a plain, unsweetened yogurt. If Greek yogurt feels too thick, you can blend in a small amount of water, low-fat milk, or even a milk substitute like almond milk to get the texture you prefer. Next, layer in fresh fruit, berries, sliced bananas, or peaches. If you're watching your fruit sugar, keep portion sizes moderate. Then sprinkle on a small handful of unsalted nuts or seeds, such as almonds, walnuts, or flax seeds. Each layer offers a bit of crunch, sweetness, or creaminess, keeping your taste buds happy while supporting your blood pressure goals. You might worry about time or convenience. This parfait approach is easy to scale. Prepare multiple small containers the night before, then grab one from the fridge in the morning. And if you're concerned about cost, remember that frozen berries can be just as nutritious as fresh ones. They're often less expensive, especially out of season. This approach also allows you to experiment with flavor combinations, maybe a mix of blueberries and raspberries one day, peaches and a drizzle of honey the next, so you never get bored. Emotionally, starting your day with a homemade parfait can feel like a small indulgence. The act of layering, choosing fresh ingredients, and savoring each bite fosters a sense of control and self-care. In a world where health concerns can often feel overwhelming, these little rituals can create a reassuring moment in your morning routine. The physical benefits accumulate over time. The potassium in fruit, the calcium in yogurt, and the healthy fats in nuts all play a role in supporting your cardiovascular system. Dan noticed that his blood pressure readings slowly started to come down to a more comfortable range over a few months. While he continues to take medication as prescribed, he reports feeling more empowered and engaged with his health choices. When you enjoy a fruit and yogurt parfait, you show yourself that healthy food can be both fun and functional. It's a colorful step toward better blood pressure management. Next, let's debunk another myth that might be standing in your way of embracing a satisfying yogurt-based breakfast. A second assumption many seniors hold is that flavorful meals must be heavy in salt. It's easy to think that salt is the only way to make savory dishes taste good, but that's not the case. This leads us to a savory yogurt bowl, an option that might seem unconventional, but can be incredibly tasty and beneficial for blood pressure control. One misconception is that yogurt is only meant for sweet dishes. Yet in many parts of the world, yogurt is used in savory recipes to add creaminess and a tangy layer of flavor, all while helping to reduce the need for salt. Let's take Maria, 68, who used to associate yogurt solely with fruit or dessert. She never considered it could become part of a comforting, savory breakfast. Maria had been struggling with slightly elevated blood pressure, and one of her biggest challenges was reducing sodium in her meals. She loved traditional breakfast foods like sausages, bacon, and buttered toast, tasty but high in sodium and saturated fats. After consulting with her healthcare provider, she was open to exploring lower salt options. She discovered a savory yogurt bowl recipe that quickly became her favorite morning ritual. This bowl starts with plain Greek yogurt. Then instead of fruit, you add chopped cucumbers, diced tomatoes, fresh herbs like dill or parsley, and a sprinkle of black pepper. Some people even like to mix in a tablespoon of olive oil for richness. You can top it all with a soft-boiled or poached egg for extra protein. The key is to use herbs, spices, and fresh produce to enhance flavor instead of relying on salt. The crunchy vegetables supply fiber and essential minerals like potassium, which helps balance sodium levels in the body. The olive oil adds healthy fats that have been linked to better heart health. The tanginess of yogurt ties everything together, lending a creamy element that doesn't require added salt. How does this kind of breakfast support your blood pressure? First, you're significantly cutting down on sodium by skipping or reducing salt-heavy processed meats and cheeses. Second, you're adding ingredients high in potassium and antioxidants, both beneficial for maintaining healthy blood flow and supporting heart function. Finally, you're incorporating more protein, which contributes to feeling satisfied and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Stable blood sugar is an often overlooked aspect of cardiovascular health, but it plays a role in how your body manages stress and inflammation, both of which can affect blood pressure. Creating a savory yogurt bowl at home is straightforward. You can prepare your vegetables the night before, storing them in an airtight container. In the morning, simply scoop your yogurt into a bowl, arrange the veggies on top, drizzle with olive oil or a squeeze of lemon juice, and sprinkle on some black pepper or your favorite salt-free seasoning blend. If you enjoy eggs, prepare one in whatever style suits you, boiled, poached, or even scrambled, and set it on top. The warmth of the egg melds nicely with the cool yogurt, creating a contrast in temperatures and textures. If you want an extra hearty factor, you can add a slice of whole grain toast on the side, ideally without piling on extra butter or salty spreads. Maria found that her sense of taste adapted after a few weeks. Once she minimized salt, her palate became more attuned to the natural flavors of herbs and fresh produce. The emotional benefit was a newfound joy in her meals. She felt she was discovering a culinary world she'd never considered before. And physically, her blood pressure readings improved gradually over the course of a few months, to the point where she felt more relaxed during her checkups. This sense of confidence reinforced her commitment to making better food choices. If you've never tried a savory yogurt bowl before, why not explore that option this week? If you're still not sure, share your thoughts with someone close to you. Ask them if they'd like to try a new Salt Smart recipe. Sometimes having a friend or family member join you in your experiment can make it feel more exciting. Now that we've explored both sweet and savory approaches, let's pause for a moment. Which style do you think you'd prefer? Feel free to jot down any ideas or ingredients you'd like to try. Reflecting on your options now can help you turn inspiration into action by the time tomorrow morning rolls around. Moving on to a third assumption that often limits breakfast variety for seniors. It's too time-consuming or complicated to make a heart-healthy meal in the morning. This belief stops many people from experimenting in the kitchen. Enter the overnight oats and yogurt mix, a nearly effortless option that takes only minutes of prep. The misconception here is that you need to do extensive cooking to enjoy a wholesome, tasty meal. In truth, you can set this up the night before and wake up to a fully prepared, nutrient-rich breakfast. Meet James, 70, who used to grab a pastry or skip breakfast entirely. His energy levels would crash mid-morning, and he'd feel sluggish by lunchtime. After a particularly alarming doctor's visit, he began looking for ways to support healthy blood pressure and stabilize his daily energy. Overnight oats and yogurt turned out to be a game changer. James could do all the work in less than 5 minutes each evening. He'd combine half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, half a cup of rolled oats, some low-fat milk, or almond milk, and a dash of cinnamon in a sealable container. He'd throw in a spoonful of chia seeds or ground flax seeds for extra fiber and omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to support cardiovascular health. Then he'd stir everything together and pop it in the fridge. Come morning, the oats were soft and had absorbed the flavors of the yogurt and cinnamon, creating a creamy, pudding-like texture. James would top his portion with fresh or frozen berries, and maybe a drizzle of honey if he needed a touch of sweetness. The best part? No cooking or additional fuss. He could enjoy it cold or warm it up briefly in the microwave if he preferred a cozier meal. Because he'd made it the night before, he never felt rushed. That sense of ease first thing in the morning became a key motivator for James to stick with this breakfast habit. Nutritionally, this dish checks a lot of boxes. Oats are rich in soluble fiber, which helps maintain stable cholesterol levels and can have a positive effect on blood pressure. The yogurt adds protein and calcium, again beneficial for heart health. Cinnamon has been studied for its antioxidant properties, and even though it isn't a magic bullet, it can contribute to an overall heart-friendly diet. Berries, whether fresh or frozen, supply vitamins, antioxidants, and a pop of color that can help you feel more satisfied. The chia or flax seeds bring extra fiber and healthy fats, which also support cardiovascular function. Overall, it's a balanced meal that can keep you energized and potentially help stabilize your blood pressure. From an emotional standpoint, knowing you have a tasty breakfast waiting in the fridge can make mornings feel less hectic. This sense of preparation and predictability can reduce the stress of, what am I going to eat? A small but meaningful way to support a calmer mindset. For many seniors, stress management goes hand in hand with blood pressure control, so any reduction in daily hassles can be a positive step. James found that after a few weeks of regularly enjoying his overnight oats and yogurt, his mid-morning energy slumps were far less severe. He also felt proud for sticking to a routine that was so simple yet beneficial. His confidence grew because he was taking concrete action to influence his health. Over several months, his blood pressure readings demonstrated a modest but encouraging improvement, and his doctor was pleased to see him more energized and proactive. If morning time is a struggle for you, consider preparing overnight oats. It's one of the quickest, most straightforward ways to get a fiber-packed, protein-rich start to your day without feeling like you need to become a gourmet chef. In the next section, we'll tackle yet another creative yogurt option that challenges the idea that healthy equals boring. Another belief I hear frequently is that if it's good for your blood pressure, it probably won't taste exciting. That notion can become a real barrier to trying new things. Let's challenge this with a yogurt-based smoothie bowl that packs plenty of flavor and eye-catching color. Many people assume a smoothie can't possibly be enough to tide them over until lunch, or they worry it's too sugary. But a carefully balanced smoothie bowl, made with plain yogurt, leafy greens, and other low-sugar ingredients, can be both filling and beneficial for blood pressure control. Take Rose, 74, who was tired of the same scrambled egg breakfast every morning. She wanted a vibrant, refreshing option that felt like a treat but wouldn't spike her blood pressure. She discovered green smoothie bowls that incorporate yogurt for creaminess. The key to keeping sugar levels moderate is choosing mostly green vegetables and low-sugar fruits. Rose's go-to recipe involved blending half a cup of plain yogurt with a handful of spinach or kale, half a green apple for sweetness, half a banana for texture, and a cup of almond milk. After blending, she'd pour it into a bowl and decorate the top with sliced kiwi, pumpkin seeds, and a sprinkle of unsweetened coconut flakes. The result was a bright green, irresistible breakfast that looked like something straight out of a health magazine. From a nutritional standpoint, this bowl is rich in potassium from the greens and banana, calcium and protein from the yogurt, and fiber from the leafy vegetables and fruit. The seeds on top provide healthy fats and extra protein, making it more sustaining than a typical juice-based smoothie. These nutrients collectively support cardiovascular health. The abundance of vitamins and minerals can help maintain balanced blood pressure, while fiber supports stable digestion and blood sugar levels. Rose initially worried that such a bowl wouldn't keep her full, but she found that including the yogurt in seeds gave it substance. She'd have a bowl early in the morning and remain satisfied until lunchtime without feeling weighed down. Another bonus is the flexibility to swap out ingredients based on your preferences or dietary needs. If you prefer a different fruit, like berries or pears, you can adjust accordingly. If you want to reduce sugar further, you might leave out the banana or apple and add a bit more spinach and avocado instead. Emotionally, there's something uplifting about a colorful, fresh-tasting breakfast. Rose reported feeling a spark of excitement each time she prepared her smoothie bowl. This sense of enjoyment can't be overlooked. When we genuinely like the foods we eat, it's far easier to sustain healthy habits. Another emotional benefit is the feeling of creativity. Trying new combinations of fruits, vegetables, and toppings can make breakfast feel like a daily mini-adventure rather than a chore. Physically, Rose noticed an uptick in her energy levels. She felt more hydrated and found that her digestion was smoother, which also contributed to her sense of overall well-being. While no single meal can magically fix high blood pressure, Rose's consistent habit of incorporating green smoothie bowls into her rotation, along with other measures like regular walks and doctor-approved medication, contributed to more stable blood pressure readings over time. She felt less reliant on quick-fix snacks during the day and experienced fewer energy crashes, which can sometimes trigger stress responses that negatively affect blood pressure. If a bright, creamy smoothie bowl sounds appealing, don't let the fear of complexity stop you. You can blend everything in just a few minutes, and the toppings can be as simple or elaborate as you want. If handling a blender is difficult, you can even pre-chop ingredients or ask a family member to help with the prep. Feeling a bit skeptical? Perhaps challenge yourself to try it once next week and see how you feel afterward. Now, having explored 4 unique yogurt-based breakfasts, from sweet parfaits and savory bowls to overnight oats and vibrant smoothie bowls, take a moment to reflect. Which of these resonates most with your taste buds and your lifestyle? Are you excited about the idea of layering fruit and nuts for a parfait? Or does a cooling savory bowl tempt your palate? Are you drawn to the simplicity of overnight oats? Or do the bright colors of a smoothie bowl motivate you to get blending? These meals all share a common thread. They're adaptable, packed with nutrients like potassium, calcium, and protein, and designed to help you feel satisfied in a way that supports healthier blood pressure levels. Best of all, they each highlight yogurt's versatility. For many people over 65, discovering new ways to enjoy familiar ingredients can be a game changer. As we wrap up these 4 ideas, I encourage you to think about your next trip to the grocery store or farmer's market. Which ingredients will you pick up for your first yogurt-based breakfast experiment? Or if you already have some of these items in your fridge, how soon can you try one of these recipes? Feel free to pause this video and jot down a quick shopping list or make a mental note of what you'd like to try first. It's understandable if you feel both inspired and a bit uncertain about making changes to your routine. While each of these yogurt-based breakfast options offers distinct flavors and benefits, they all have a single goal in mind: to provide your body with the right balance of nutrients to support healthy blood pressure and an active, fulfilling lifestyle. Imagine how it might feel a few weeks from now when you've tested one or more of these ideas. You could start noticing subtle improvements in your energy, mood, and sense of control over your health. Small changes like these can lay the foundation for bigger transformations, especially when combined with other doctor-approved measures like medication, gentle exercise, and stress management. If you're ready to try something right away, pick the option that excites you most. If you're more cautious, consider starting with whichever breakfast feels simplest. Maybe that's the overnight oats and yogurt for its ease of preparation. Even if you only try it a couple of times a week, you're creating a new pattern that can replace less healthy breakfasts over time. In the bigger picture, think about how these strategies fit into your vision of aging. Maintaining lower blood pressure isn't just about numbers on a cuff. It's about preserving your mobility, independence, and the ability to engage with life's joys, from visiting grandchildren to dancing at family gatherings. By integrating yogurt into creative breakfast meals, you're making a deliberate choice to value your health without sacrificing the pleasure of good food. Each day you take this step, you're reinforcing your commitment to staying active and in charge of your well-being. If you'd like to go deeper, here are a few calls to action to consider. At the simplest level, try just one of these breakfast ideas once in the coming week. If you want to take things further, set a goal to experiment with a new topping or ingredient each time, like different fruits, herbs, or seeds. And if you really want to build momentum, consider inviting someone else, maybe a spouse, a neighbor, or a friend, to join you in a breakfast challenge, where you swap recipes or text each other photos of your meals to stay motivated. Above all, remember that you know your body best. It's always wise to consult with your healthcare provider about new dietary changes, especially if you have existing medical conditions or take multiple medications. And never underestimate your ability to adapt and thrive. Seniors bring a wealth of life experience to every choice they make, which can turn an ordinary breakfast routine into a meaningful act of self-care. I hope you feel energized and hopeful about bringing these ideas into your life. You have the knowledge, the options, and the power to shape your mornings and potentially improve your blood pressure readings along the way. Here's to turning a simple cup of yogurt into a daily celebration of flavor and health. Go ahead, pick your favorite recipe, gather your ingredients, and discover the difference a delicious, nutrient-rich breakfast can make in your day.